everyone, this is Marissa.
And this is Haley.
And we're back at it again with Would You Buy It?
I'm excited for this game in particular because there's one book that was on here. When I was looking at it, I was like, oh yeah, I would buy it. I don't know if you would, but this is me personally.
From what I remember when we wrote the script, 2 weeks ago?
Maybe even longer than that.
Maybe even longer. Is that I think I did them more for entertainment, but there might be one that I was like, ooh, this might be interesting. But for those of you who are like, what is Would You Buy It? A brief overview of it is quite simple. Haley and I pick 3 summaries off of Amazon. It has to come from Amazon. And we read them off to each other, including the name of the book and the author. And we see essentially if we would buy it, if we had come across this in a store. It's pretty self-explanatory. But what I love about this game is that it introduces us to books that we wouldn't have otherwise seen. Haley and I are really heavily into fantasy. And through this game, I've been introduced to a mystery. I know one book that I love was from this game, the first round, actually.
Yep, and, there's one book I decided to get, but it wasn't as good as I thought it was. But, I'm glad I branched out and tried something new.
Yeah, I like what depths we've, reached into to see what we can find.
I'm also, what I also like about this is that you get a chance to, see what works in a summary, what doesn't, and you kind of just realize that really it depends on the person themselves. I know there were some that I would buy and you didn't because, either had, too much information for you, but just enough for me, or had not enough information for me, but just enough for you.
Yeah, it's really weird, but I like when we go through these that, for each of us, we get, a taste of kind of what we like. So when, in turn, we make our summaries, we have a general idea of what will make us happy and what we think would entice readers.
So, Marissa, I think you wanted to start.
I do want to start. So, the first book is called The Sisters, Brothers, and there's no... it's plural sisters, and there's 2 brothers, but their last name is just Sisters. It's a little weird. By Patrick DeWitt. Herman Kermit Worm. Worm is going to die. How do you say that?
Enigmatic.
Okay. The enigmatic and powerful man, known only as the Commodore, has ordered it, and its henchmen, Eli and Charlie Sisters, will make sure of it. Though Eli doesn't share his brother's appetite for whiskey and killing, he's never known anything else. But their prey isn't an easy mark, and on the road from Morgan City to Worm's gold mining claim outside Sacramento, Eli begins to question what he does for a living and whom he does it for. With The Sisters Brothers, Patrick DeWitt pays homage to the classic Western, transforming it into an unforgettable comic tour de force, filled with a remarkable cast of characters, losers, cheaters, and ne'er-do-wells from all stripes of life, and told by a complex and compelling narrator. It is a violent, lustful odyssey through the underworld of the 1850s frontier that beautifully captures the humor, melancholy, and grit of the Old West and 2 brothers bound by blood, violence, and love.
I don't really like the second paragraph. The one where it's yes, it's a homage to Western, and it's filled with this and this and this, and it's a masterpiece. To be honest, to me, that kind of sounds like tooting your own horn a bit.
See, this is a kind of an example of things that I don't like. You typically bring these up. What happens is whenever I give a summary, I typically cut that last paragraph out, but I wanted to read it in its entirety because it was together.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of decided, this is the summary, and I have a feeling that if this was the back of the book, this is what I would see. And I don't like it when it's oh, yeah, there's this and these elements. I'm I could just figure that out myself.
I know, right?
I really like how
I could just tell from what the story is about.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we know if it's a homage to a classic Western. I don't know, depending on what section it is, I didn't write it down. But, what genre it's under will tell us something. I do like the last line of the first paragraph that he begins to question what he does for a living and whom he does it for.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Caught my attention. It's the last paragraph that kind of kills me inside.
Yeah, I feel like if he spent a little more time on what's going on, because as far as I know, and maybe it's just me, to me it seems like they're just like hitmen, and some guy named the Commodore is making them kill someone, but one of the brothers is questioning whether or not he agrees with it or not. Is that right?
So are we dealing with the Winchesters from Supernatural?
Dude, no lie, that is exactly what I was thinking.
So, I mean, I'm pretty sure I had this thought when I was reading it, but I think this is one that I saw the title and I was like, The Sisters Brothers. I can't tell if that's clever or a little weird.
I don't know if I like the last name Sisters, but who knows? There might actually be people whose last names are sisters out here.
I wouldn't be surprised. But, I don't know. Would you buy it?
I mean, it sounds kind of interesting. I just wish there was more to it. Like, I kind of knew a little more of what's happening, because I have no sense of what the world is or anything. So I'm going to say I wouldn't, but that doesn't mean it's a bad summary or that it doesn't sound interesting. It's just I feel like I need a bit more.
I don't like that I learned more about the world through it just blatantly is talking about its elements. So from just like I don't know. I would go with no unless someone like I really recommended.
Yeah,
like if you came up to me and said
me
like,
too.
look, Marissa, I know you aren't a fan of Westerns. If this is a Western, maybe I did. I don't know. But I don't do Westerns, so I don't know how. Whatever. But if you're like, you need to read this, it's amazing. Don't worry about it. Just trust me. Read it. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's a recommendation kind of book for me.
All right, Haley, let's move on to your first one. I am curious.
I am curious too, because I don't remember what any of these are, except for that one that I really want to read.
Is that at the end?
I don't know. I don't remember what order I put these in.
Okay.
Okay. So this is The Elephant of Surprise by Joe R. Lansdale. Hap and I think it's Leonard. Hap and Leonard are an unlikely pair. Hap, a self-proclaimed white trash rebel, and Leonard, a tough-as-nails black gay Vietnam vet and Republican. But they're the closest friend either of them has in the world. After years of crime-solving companionship, something's changed. Hap, recently married to their PI boss Brett, is now a family man. Amidst the worst flood East Texas has seen in years, the two run across a woman who...
I'll go turn it off.
Oh.
And I'll pause it.
Right. Amidst the worst flood East Texas has seen in years, the two run across a woman who's had her tongue nearly cut out, pursued by a heavily armed pair of goons. Though she can't talk much, on account of the tongue, it turns out the girl survived a mob hit, and the boss has come to clean up the mess. On a chase that blows even the East Texas swamp grass back, Hap and Leonard must save the girl and vanquish their foes before the foes get them first. With a new case to solve and a brand new challenge to their relationship, will Hap and Leonard's friendship survive? Will Hap and Leonard survive? No. Will Hap and Leonard survive? The Elephant of Surprise is rich with Lansdale's trademark humor, whip-smart dialogue, and plenty of ass-kicking adventures.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's a whirlwind story of like, boo. Oh, boo. Huh. Boo.
I see you're conflicted.
I am very conflicted because first you're like, he's a black, isn't one like a black gay Republican?
Yep, Leonard is a tough-as-nails black gay Vietnam vet and Republican.
They're like platypuses or platypi. It's like when you describe them, you're like, I can't exist. And then up there they are. There was this, just because current Republicans, guys, that's what I mean. Just.
Okay. I didn't know this had. Okay.
Black gay Republican. Okay. People can live with the life they want. Whatever. I'm talking about the Republican part, guys. I swear.
I might get this part. I'm not gonna lie.
Go for it. I don't know. I'm just like. I don't know like how to make heads or tails of this story because like there are certain parts that interest me. Like, oh, she had her tongue cut out, and I was like, ooh, it was a mob. Like, will they survive? Yeah,
Yeah, most likely.
most likely. Boring.
Yeah,
And it's like, will their relationship, like, will their friendship survive? And I'm like, well,
Most likely.
most likely, unless one man suddenly is like, what? You're gay? I can't be friends with you. It's like I don't. I get it. Like some cases will test partners, but I don't know. I'm just gonna have to say no on this one. There's just like a few things that I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe I went in blind.
Oh wait, they're both gay. I
Oh,
just realized that because it says Hap is married to their PI boss Brett.
oh, I thought I heard that, but I
So
couldn't.
they're
I
both
couldn't
gay.
keep them separated. So
Interesting.
okay, so they're both gay. So that's not like a problem.
I just realized that. Huh,
Interesting.
I like that. Maybe that's why I chose this. I don't know.
Maybe I don't know. That's cool. Okay, maybe I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. It's like the information they gave I don't like, and information I might like they obviously didn't give. It's just I don't really like mob stories. I don't know why.
You know, I haven't really read any mob stories, so
It's kind of like westerns for me. Like just the idea of it, I'm like, unless this came highly recommended, no. And even then, I'd be hesitant.
I'm gonna say no only because it doesn't really appeal to me right now. Maybe it did when I read it at first, but yeah, right now it's kind of just it's okay. I might, but meh.
Okay, moving on to my next one. The Essex Serpent by Sarah Perry. When Cora Seaborn's brilliant, domineering husband dies, she steps into her new life as a widow with as much relief as sadness. Her marriage was not a happy one. Wed at 19, this woman of exceptional intelligence and curiosity was ill-suited for the role of society wife. Seeking refuge in fresh air and open space in the wake of the funeral, Cora leaves London for a visit to coastal Essex, accompanied by her inquisitive and obsessive 11-year-old son, Francis, and the boy's nanny, Martha, her fiercely protective friend. While admiring the sights, Cora learns of an intriguing rumor that has arisen further up estuary?
Do you hear?
Estuary.
Do you hear something? Or is that just me?
They might have the TV on. I think
Okay.
they do. That's the TV.
All right. I don't even know. I can't really read that right now.
Okay, I think it's estuary. That has arisen further up the estuary of a fearsome creature said to roam the marshes claiming human lives. After nearly 30 years, the mythical Essex Serpent is said to have returned, taking the life of a young man on New Year's Eve. A keen amateur Hold on, I got this. A keen amateur naturalist with no patience for religion or superstition, Cora is immediately enthralled and certain that what the local police think is I can't read. That is a magical sea beast, maybe a... Oh, my mind went down. Previously undiscovered species. Eager to investigate, she's introduced to local vicar William Ransom. Will, too, is suspicious of the rumors, but unlike Cora, the man of faith is convinced the rumors are caused by moral panic, a flight from true belief. These seeming opposites who agree on nothing soon find themselves... I can't read. Exorably drawn together and torn apart, an intense relationship that will change both of their lives in ways entirely unexpected.
Do you want to just zoom in?
No, it's not that. It's I'm reading, and this is like one eye is reading and one eye is blocked by this.
Yeah, do you want to like increase it? Trust me, sometimes it helps.
No, I gotta move it. There we go. Now I can see it better.
I don't really know what this is about. Is this about like some kind of creature?
My guess is that it's like this creature, like there's a lot of information in that summary.
I know, right? I kind of got lost because she's a widower, but she has an 11-year-old son, and they moved to this one place. Wait, what?
So she was married.
Yeah.
Through the marriage, she has an 11-year-old son.
Mhm.
Husband died.
Yeah.
Moved to Essex.
Uh-huh.
with the nanny Martha.
Okay.
On New Year's Eve, a young man dies, and they think it's this magical Essex serpent.
Okay.
But she's like, nah, science. And she meets this, my guess is like, this is a vicar, and I think a vicar's like a priest. I might be wrong. But, and he's like, nah, it can't be what they think it is. We gotta find out what the truth is. And together, I guess they're the main ship of the story, based on what it says. And they have to figure out the truth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just tired. But I don't know. It's the way it was worded. Maybe it was just listening to it. I was like, "What's going on?" That's a lot of information.
Even after I just explained it to you.
Yeah, you did. So I know what's going on. It just seems kind of a lot, you know?
Even having read this prior, I know when I first read it, it is like a sensory overload. Though I figured out why I picked it. It's literally because the name Will's in there.
Really?
And I was just like, ha. And then I think what happened is
Will's
that,
our character. One of our characters,
by the way. So, and it's Haley's character. So I found it funny. At the time, I must have found it hilarious. But I also picked these rather late at night. So I might have liked it at the time. And now that I'm a bit more awake, I might be like, this might be a little too much.
This might be another recommendation for me. Like, I wouldn't not buy it, but I feel like I need a recommendation for it.
I mean, I am curious. I want to see. It's kind of one of those stories like, is it something supernatural or is it not?
You know, that is what's, like, kind of drawing me to it, too. Like, is it actually a sea beast or is it going to be, like, some other thing?
I want it to be something kind of supernatural because I want to see their brains. I want to see their brains explode.
But it'd be great if it actually wasn't that, like, sea serpent thing. What if it was like something completely different?
It's a unicorn.
I first thought it was Wendigo, even though it makes zero sense whatsoever.
I could see Wendigo.
It was the first monster that came to my head.
What if it's a werewolf?
It's a werewolf.
The most generic thing ever next to a vampire.
I was about to say, what if it's a vampire?
I mean, I think I might give this a shot. I think I have to look at reviews first, though, and see. So you're on recommendation, I'm on reviews.
Yeah, right. So my next one is called A Honey Bun and Coffee by Sam Cheever. I don't know what this is about.
Wait. The title is... What's the title again?
A Honey Bun and Coffee.
That is like the nicest, most like aesthetically pleasing title.
I know, right?
like it's so nice I had to cut her off. I was like, man.
It's so wholesome.
It's so wholesome and sweet. I'm kind of like, oh, you at least have my attention.
All right. It was a good Samaritan thing gone horribly wrong. She heard two men talking about killing some poor guy named Alistair. She only wanted to warn him to save his life, but she soon found herself embroiled in his mess. He might be drop dead gorgeous. She might be forming a real attachment to his dog, but is any man worth this? Running for her life with a truly delicious hero, the help of his 7 equally yummy brothers, and one adorable Dachshund?
Dachshund?
It's like Dachshund.
Yeah, I know. It's from the remember we did
I know. Yeah. I pronounce it?
I pronounce it Dachshund.
All right. And one adorable Dachshund named Jaws. Okay, maybe he is worth it. I remember why I picked this now. I found this. It was so like, it's kind of funny, but
I don't know. It's like, it's interesting, but it's also very wholesome to me that she's just like, do I want to stay with this guy? But I really like his dog.
But let's be real. That's a
That's a
Real,
dilemma. Yeah,
real dilemma is like, ooh, the guy, but the dog, but the guy.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Can I read it real quickly?
Don't scroll. I just said don't scroll.
I'm sorry. You know, maybe I would read it. It kind of sounds like maybe like a romance. That's right up my alley. Just I shouldn't have helped him, but I did.
It sounds like a romantic comedy.
Yeah, so it might be funny.
With murder.
With murder, yes.
Actually, I kind of do want to buy it now. A little.
Yeah, I kind of want to see what it's about. So yeah, I think I would get this one.
Huh. Yay!
It's a little. It sounds a little like the cover sounds like a little like the title sounds a little wholesome, but like most people are like, oh yeah, two guys talking about murder. Oh, murder? We like pop up like meerkats. Murder? I like murder. Murder.
All right, cool. Yay, we got one buy it.
Woo!
From both of us.
Okay, should I move on to my next one? My last one?
Yes.
This is The Date by Louise Jensen.
I read a fanfic called The Date. No, wait, no, it's called A Date. My bad.
That's very close, though. It's a pain to find, let me tell you that one. Okay, moving on.
Good.
This is, as Haley can see, very short. One night can change everything. I know it as soon as I wake up and open my eyes. Something is wrong. Her Saturday night started normally. Recently separated from her husband, Allie has been persuaded by her friends to go on a date with a new man. She is ready. She is nervous. She is excited. She is about to take a step into her new future. By Sunday morning, Allie's life is unrecognizable. She wakes, and she knows that something is wrong. She is home. She is alone. She is hurt, and she has no memory of what happened to her. Worse still, when she looks in the mirror, Allie doesn't recognize the face staring back at her.
Body swap?
I don't know. That's what's got me curious. But I do like that while it is rather short, it's very to the point.
I don't really like she's excited. She's happy. She's this. She's that.
Yeah, that is a little,
I mean, I get why. I get what they're going for. Me personally, I'm like, I don't quite like it, but it's not enough for me to disregard, toss away the book.
I think this is the one that I was actually most excited about because I have a lot of questions, like what happened? Where were you hurt? Or how were you hurt? And like, whose body are you in? And my main question is it still a female body?
That's what I was wondering. I was like, did she switch? She could have switched places with the guy she went on a date on.
That is true. And if she's in another woman's body, who is she?
Yeah.
I mean, she's home, so is it a roommate? Is it her sister? Is it the dude? Is the dude is her body next to her?
Or who knows? It might not even be a body swap. Maybe she just forgot what her face looks like.
Or
this might be her.
What if it's a new face? Like her body's fine, but it's just her face.
I know, right? Well, or wait, maybe he did some kind of face transplant, kind of like Face Off.
Oh my god. See, this was one that I was like, I kind of want to buy this.
I kind of want to. Yeah, I would probably buy it because I'm like, what?
I have to know.
Questions. So many questions on.
It's kind of like getting a good trailer for a movie that hints at things but doesn't give you enough, so it doesn't spoil the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Yeah. Wow. 2 in a row. Look at that.
Hey, go us.
All right, and here's my last one, which means it has to be the one that I really wanted to read because there's only one more. All right. This is called The Unbinding of Mary Read by Miriam Mcnamara. There's no place for a girl in Mary's world. Not in the home of her mum, desperately drunk and poor. Not in the household of her wealthy granny, where no girl can be named an heir. And certainly not in the arms of Nat, her childhood love who never knew her for who she was. As a sailor aboard a Caribbean merchant ship, Mary's livelihood and her safety depends on her ability to disguise her gender. At least that's what she thinks is true. But then pirates attack the ship, and in the midst of the gang of cutthroats, Mary spots something she never could have imagined, a girl pirate. The sight of a girl standing unafraid upon the deck, gun and sword in hand, changes everything. In a split-second decision, Mary turns her gun on her own captain, earning herself the chance to join the account and become a pirate alongside Casilio Jack and Anne Bonny. For the first time, Mary has a shot at freedom, but imagining living as her true self is easier, it seems, than actually doing it. And when Mary finds herself falling for the captain's mistress, she risks everything, her childhood love, her place among the crew, and even her life. breathlessly romantic and brilliantly subversive, the Unbinding of Mary Read is sure to sweep readers off their feet and make their hearts soar.
I want it. I want it so bad.
I know, right?
Like, the second you're like, she sees her, I was like, her?
Yeah, you know, like, Anne Bonny is that
Yes.
one pirate that I talked to you about. This is like, yeah, I forgot that her name was Mary. Yeah, this is the same, like, pirate, like, female pirates in history.
Ooh. Yeah, I want it. I want it now.
And that's why I want it. As you can tell, I really like pirates.
Oh, I love pirates. I actually have I went to, I can't remember what event it was, but we went to an event and there was one book and he just told me that essentially like not even a quick summary. It was like, it's gay steampunk pirates. And I was like, gimme. I don't even know the summary. Just gimme. I want it. Gay and pirates, done. Steampunk was just an added bonus.
True. Yes, I need this. I want it. Let me have this.
Wow, we have 3 books from this batch. Half the books we're like, yes, I want.
This is a good day.
This is a great day.
Yeah, like, you know, one round we actually had like none of the books. We're like, eh.
Yeah, that was like a weird day. It was like, sometimes we even think like, man, I think she's gonna love this. Nope.
Yep. Or sometimes when I read it, like sometimes I'm like, man, I like this. We're both gonna love this. Then on the show, you know, never mind.
Upon reflection, no. But yeah, I'm really excited to get these books and read them, and you know, depending on like how much time we actually have to read things,
They might just be decoration for a while.
I mean, I have other books. Like I have, hold on, Talented by Sophie Davis. That's from the first round too. Still yet to read it because I'm just so behind on reading.
I know, right?
I've taken to like reading shorter books. Like there's books like Dom of Las Vegas. I've been reading them because they're so quick and easy and just rememberable that you can put it down before you can pick it back up and not have any problems. So it's like I'm afraid to pick up other books that I'm afraid they'll be a little like not forgettable, but like you need to like go through it in like a few days.
Mm-hmm.
Or like you might forget certain elements and then it won't make any sense.
Yep. So you guys, would you buy any of these books? Tell us on Twitter at Authors Training and at our Facebook page at facebook.com/authorstraining. Also, don't forget to subscribe and review the show, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, lovelies.